for that. Democratic Congressman Ted Lieu of California is a member of the House Judiciary Committee carrying out the sweeping investigation of the president. He's with us now from Capitol Hill. Sir, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you, Brianna.
So you heard some of Caitlin's reporting there. Our White House team is reporting that the Trump administration was pretty surprised by just how expansive this list was, and they're planning to limit the number of documents that they have to produce, including those from Trump's time in office, like his communications with the former White House counsel Don McGahn. What recourse do Democrats have here?
Thank you for your question. Let me first say a number of these individuals and organizations cannot claim executive privilege because they did not work in a senior capacity at the White House. So we expect to get all of those documents. And then for people who work in a senior capacity at the White House, they cannot use executive privilege to cover up evidence of crimes or other misconduct. If they try to do that, we will negotiate with them. And if we still don't get those documents, then we'll look at issuing subpoenas.
And what do you do? Because you heard Keilar reporting there that they're talking about pushing back on subpoenas if it comes to that.
They certainly can do that, and then it will be left up to the judicial branch to decide how to proceed. But if you look at what happened in past standoffs between Congress and the executive branch, we did see that the judiciary did side with Congress in ordering the executive branch to basically produce tapes during the Nixon impeachment hearings. We believe that we're on solid legal footing. And why would the White House want to hide this information? If they want to clear Donald Trump's name, they would simply provide the documents and have it clear his name.
You tweeted today that you and Congressman Don Beyer have made a criminal referral of Jared Kushner to the Justice Department for reportedly intentionally omitting information multiple times on his security clearance application. Do you think that having Jared Kushner have that clearance is a threat to national security?
Absolutely. I've had to fill out these SF-86 security clearance forms. I had a security clearance before entering Congress. And right on the form, it says if you make false statements or omit material facts, you can be punished up to 5 years in prison. Jared Kushner had to submit 2 forms because actually, he had to submit 3 forms. The first 2 were false and misleading. So he should absolutely be investigated. And the fact that the CIA and the FBI and White House counsel and former Chief of Staff John Kelly all told the president, do not do this, do not grant him a security clearance, there's all sorts of red flags, and we need to find out why they believe that he should not have gotten a security clearance.
As you're aware, the White House is saying that this investigation is a fishing expedition. I know that when they make that point, you say, yes, this is a wide-ranging investigation, but it's what the committee has the mandate to do, to look into areas that Robert Mueller cannot. Now, that said, when you look at this list, it's interesting because you see Donald Trump Jr., you see Eric Trump. Ivanka Trump is conspicuously absent from your list, and privately, one of your colleagues actually told me there's concern that involving her will backfire politically against Democrats. How much is politics playing into this in addition to trying to discover what the truth is?
Donald Trump and his family and associates have engaged in a wide-ranging array of what looks like criminal activity or abusive behavior or ethical misconduct. The fact that our investigation is wide-ranging is because we're not going to let any of that behavior go unnoticed. We're going to leave no stone unturned. If there are dots to be connected, we're going to connect them. This is just the first wave of document requests. If this information leads to information as to why we need to have Ivanka Trump produce documents, we will ask those questions as well.
But knowing that she is certainly aware of certain things, the security clearance, I mean, you just said Jared Kushner having a security clearance is an issue of national security. She spoke not even a month ago, and if the report about the president intervening is true, then she lied about that. She's also aware of certain things. The court, Michael Cohen testified that he briefed family members, including Ivanka Trump, repeatedly on Trump Tower Moscow. Why is she not on the list now to produce documents?
I wouldn't read too much in the fact that she's not on the list. She certainly could be asked at a later point in time. We just want to get an initial set of documents. It's already pretty wide-ranging, 81 individuals or organizations. We can certainly ask her additional information in the future, but you are right. She did lie in a very graceful and seamless manner about the fact that her father had nothing to do with these security clearances, when in fact it turns out he ordered that Jared Kushner be given one, and maybe he ordered that she be given one as well.
The Wall Street Journal is reporting that Michael Cohen's attorney discussed the possibility of a pardon with President Trump's lawyers after the FBI raided Cohen's properties. So in his public testimony last week, you'll recall that he said he had not requested, nor would he accept a pardon from President Trump. Do you have any concerns that he may have again lied under oath?
It's not clear whether the attorneys for Michael Cohen is simply making this out of what attorneys would do, which is trying to zealously represent their client. We don't know what the communications were between Michael Cohen and his attorneys. What I do know is that after Michael Cohen's testimony before Congress, there's no way he's going to get a pardon from Donald Trump.
Certainly that. I think that is a safe bet. Well, I mean, we'll never know, to be honest. You never say never. But I wonder if you think it's plausible that Cohen's lawyer talked to Trump's lawyer and this outside lawyer for the Trump organization about this idea of a pardon without Cohen knowing. Is that plausible to you or not really?
That's certainly possible. If you're a lawyer representing a client, you would look at all avenues to help your client. It wouldn't surprise me that multiple lawyers have asked White House lawyers about the issue of pardons. I simply think that if the White House were to grant any, that would be obstruction of justice if the intent was to keep the person from testifying.
All right, Congressman Ted Lieu, thank you so much.